what would you all say is your biggest call to action to leave with the audience? Because I think it's really important that we leave everyone with a sense of we're coming into this new, I use tidal wave. We're coming into this new tidal wave of parametric being much more democratized, being much more spoken about, a little less feared, but we have to take it forward. We're not yet at scale. We're not yet interplaying the way I think we want to, right? So what would you all, I'd like to hear from all of you, and Dan, I'll start with you on that one. What would you say to the audience as your call to action?
I guess the call to action would be the technology's there. Don't be scared of parametric insurance. It can, it can enable you to write better business. It can enable better customer outcomes, which ultimately is why we all should be here from an insurance perspective. And ideas are never crazy until they're disproven, right? I'm sure lots of people looked at you a little bit funny when you said you were going to put a stick on the outside of the building. There are no great ideas, and parametric needs innovators. If you want to do wildfire and earthquake combined for the entirety of California, that's a great idea. That's not a crazy idea. So reach out to people and find out what data sources are there, because I assure you that there's tons of data that can be used.
Yeah, I mean, I think, in many ways this is inevitable, right? I saw this, as I said, I saw this in DC last week. I saw the buzz around this just wasn't even there last year. The technology is available. It's now about helping distributors solve a problem that they haven't done before, right? They
solve, get to California.
Right, exactly. They have sold traditional insurance for 20, 30 years. Great, okay. This now solves a new problem, helping people get familiar with it, and that is now happening, right? I was down in Tampa a couple of weeks ago, and literally did this myself. We went to a restaurant, customer, walked them through how it worked. They bought a $35,000 policy off the back of it, right? It's actually just, like a lot of these things, you just make sure that it fits their need, and then they buy it. Turns out it's actually really simple. And that's
selling what they need. Shocker.
Exactly, and that is happening, right? And we're seeing it all around us, and that's awesome.
It's a grassroots. Like what I hear you saying, though, is it's a grassroots bootstrap. Like you got to go from the bottom up. And Jonathan, to kind of end, what would your call to action be?
Yeah. So, in my perspective, sometimes brokers, and I can say, we're selling just for brokers, so that's our main, I guess, friction with customers. But brokers that we have tremendous amount of success, and usually it's like the biggest retail brokers that we can write large businesses, is brokers that also identify that we have flexibility on the parametric triggers. Right? It's not like a claim-based coverage, but every coverage fit all. In our, and also with Flatflash, you can set the triggers, according to your needs. So, for example, in our coverage, we have one broker that approached us. My client no concern about outages for the entire year. It's a gambling sport app, and we want to get insurance just for the Super Bowl, right? Can you do it? And we say, yeah, for us it's the same risk. It's not an issue for us, and we just issue the policy immediately. So I think just being knowledge that there is flexibility, that triggers can be, changed and adapted and adjusted to the customer needs in the end of the day. And we're getting tons of requests for things that we're not doing, so there is ton of startups that can start with some needs in the market. But I definitely see it, the hybrid solution is starting to kick in, and brokers feel more comfortable to just move some of the risk into the parametric field, and just flexibility and know that we can change things.
So the one thing that I want to leave everyone with is I've spent more decades than I should admit in the insurance industry, and often we are a competitive industry, proprietary, competitive. This is my secret sauce. You can't see my secret sauce. We partner almost begrudgingly, but I will say to everyone in this room that the call to action is never is there ever a group of people that work more symbiotically and as a true circular solution than the parametric teams. All three of you and all of your deemed colleagues are all like, yes, let's break this problem down and make it work. So the call to action here is and I'll quote Emily Dickinson, I dwell in the art of possible. And everyone up on the stage is here to make things possible. They're willing to break down their business models. They're willing to think and partner about solving a problem for a customer. And I think, like, to me, it's like a credit to the industry to see this level of true partnership going on. So I just want to applaud all you all on that. And thank you all for joining our session today.
Thank you.
Thank you.